Alright guys, the more and more I work with advanced level weightlifters and CrossFitters, the more I really got to share this little piece of advice or wisdom about what it's like to continue to develop and evolve in Olympic weightlifting. Now, it's fun at first when you're setting PRs every single workout and every single week, and things are easy and it's fun and there's always something to look forward to there. But when you really want to take that next level to get really good at the sport, you got to realize the sport is like surfing basically, or like catching waves, and this makes complete 100% sense to me. And it's not just the Olympic lifts themselves, but any parameter, whether it's building strength or technique or something like that. But in the big picture, in the sport of weightlifting, is you got to get a big snatch and clean and jerk and build your total. So looking at that aspect of why your lifts go up and down and things of that nature. I mean, think of it like catching a wave. You catch these waves in these periods and cycles where things are just going great and great and great, and you ride that wave and it builds up and it hits its peak. But guess what? It's going to drop down. It doesn't last forever. It's going to what goes up must come down. And no one in the history of the sport has ever had a wave that lasted forever. People have had great, tremendous, amazing waves. Some people have had really small waves. But you got to realize that there's going to be more waves, and there's many waves in the ocean and in the sea, and they're nonstop. They're always going to be there, and you got to catch the next wave. So it's a perpetual cycle, and so you can't catch multiple waves at once. You got to catch one good wave, which kind of begs to the idea of focusing on a specific goal or task, but riding that wave and then realizing, once that wave's done, okay, it's a new period. You're at a lull. You're at the bottom, and you're just floating and treading water at that point. But you got to stay in the water. You got to keep moving. You got to keep swimming, and you got to keep your momentum up, or you're going to sink. Otherwise, you sink, and things get negative. You get tired. You lose your conditioning. You got to keep swimming and find when that next wave's coming, and you got to realize which wave to take. You can't take every single wave. Some waves you got to pass up for better waves, and sometimes you're building and building and building to handle the biggest wave humanly possible. So it's a constant cycle of riding a wave and rinse, wash, repeat, and taking that next wave. So there's always going to be more waves as long as you stay in the water and you keep swimming and you keep your head above water. So consider that in the next time you have any difficult periods, and also consider that when you're on the wave of your life and you think that you're unstoppable, realize you got to be smart and bide your time. That wave's eventually going to end too. So be it. Stay in the water, keep swimming, find the next wave.